So when was the changing point, like, which made you, like, let's say, stop doing chemotherapy, or did you go through any major surgery?
No, I didn't have to have any major surgeries. They would do tests. They would operate and cut and go in and take samples and make sure that the cancer hadn't gone to certain parts of the body. Again, leukemia is a blood disease.
Yes.
It affects the lymph nodes a lot, and of course the marrow. So they're constantly sticking the needles into your bones. Yes. And sucking out the marrow. It's a really, really painful thing, but they always want to test, to see how your bone marrow is responding.
Well, having said that, I mean, since you got this when you were young, like 12 to 15 years old. Yeah. So what was the thing which kept you motivated and to like to fight against this leukemia thing? What was the thing back then? Well,
again, just as a young person, it's just. I could see how it affected my family,
yes.
And so I didn't want to let my family down. So I knew here that I wasn't going to let this kill me. I said, no, I'm going to beat this.
You're going to fight against this.
I'm going to fight against it. And looking back on a positive attitude for cancer or any illness is very important. It's very easy to become depressed and weak, and when you become depressed and weak, then the disease starts to take over.
Yes, exactly.
So you always have to try and be positive. And it's not easy because
yes,
you have days when you feel very bad. Like, you're sick, you're shitty, you're dizzy, you just don't want to be. So like I said, it's not always easy, but that positive attitude is so important.
Were you looking for distractions when that happened? I don't know, like some form of distractions so that you won't be alone and thinking about this and feel unwell?
Yeah. Of course, and so since I always liked to play sports,
yes.
When I could no longer do that, and I was going to school and I had no hair, and the kids would bug me and tease me, because they didn't quite understand.
Yes.
That's when I started turning into magic.
Oh, okay. And so how strange? Just curious, who got you into magic? Was it like the TV show or was it?
Well, my mom bought me a book on Houdini.
Okay.
And so I read this book about Houdini, about this great escape artist that could always do the impossible, that he traveled around the world getting out of handcuffs and straitjackets, and it was like he was almost like a comic book hero. So I go, wow, isn't that cool? This man can do the impossible. He can do anything. So as a young person, that, you want to do that. Yes. You want to do the impossible. And I remember seeing Doug Henning back in 1975 on his very first TV special, doing the magic live on TV.
Yes.
And the finale of the escape, or the finale of the show, was a big escape that he did.
Wow.
He did Houdini's water torture escape.
Yes.
Well, they locked him up in the big tank of water upside down, and he escaped. And as a young person, it's like, wow, that's really cool. The neat part was, later in my career,
yes.
I was actually became friends with Doug Henning and talked about that, and I actually got to buy the water torture cell that he used on his very first TV special, and I still have that as part of my magic collection.
Did you use that for your?
Yes, I have used it.
I watched one of your earliest performance. I think it was a World Magic Awards TV show. I think you did a water torture cell at the end of the show. I watched it when I was a really young kid.
Yeah.
Was that the same one?
Yeah.
That was the one Doug Henning
used. With Tony Curtis. Yeah.
Wow. Yes,
we
Tony Curtis.
To Japan.
I remember that TV show.